from Hollywood. The Jack Benny Program. With Jack's special guests, Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Stewart.
Need a little more light. Oh, that's better. Now, let's see. The toast is buttered just right. The grapefruit is cold. Eggs exactly 3 minutes. And the coffee is piping hot. The boss told me to call him at 8:30. I should be finished by then.
Rochester!
I didn't expect you to be up so early.
Now, how can you say you didn't expect me when you've got my breakfast ready? Now, let's see. Gee, the toast is buttered just right. The grapefruit is cold. The coffee is piping hot. Hey, you thought of everything. Even the seat is warm. Well, I'm hungry. Rochester, did you fix yourself a breakfast like this?
I thought I did. Boss, how come you got up so early?
Oh, I read in the paper last night, you know, that Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Stewart were going to be on television. You see, this morning, that program, you know, This is Hollywood, that's where they interview celebrities. So I wanted to be sure and see them. Look, they'll be on in a few minutes. Bring the set over here, will you, please? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Rochester, this isn't an egg, it's one of my golf balls.
So it is. Maybe when you were practicing your chip shots in the backyard, it landed in our chicken coop.
Well, even if it did, can't you tell the difference between a golf ball and an egg?
Don't holler at me. The chicken is heartbroken.
Never mind. Look, at how long has this been in the boiling water, this golf ball?
3 minutes.
Gosh, it's still soft now. I can't use it anymore. Here.
What do you want me to do with it?
Cook it another 3 minutes.
Boss, you must be joking.
Well, of course I'm joking. What do you want from the world's greatest comedian? Straight lines? Now, get me another egg, will you, please?
Okay.
It's only 59 cents a jar, and you can get it at your neighborhood grocery store. And now for our first guests of the morning, I'd like to introduce to you one of Hollywood's happiest couples, Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy and Gloria, it was awfully nice of you to come down and be on the program this morning, especially since you're so busy right now making a picture.
Yes, we're just completing Night Train to Albany. And by the way, Gloria plays the part of my wife in the picture.
Gloria, isn't this your motion picture debut?
That's right. I was reluctant to do it, but Jimmy talked me into it.
Oh, well, I didn't exactly talk her into it. All I did was mention the fact that I'm going to make a picture with Bridget Bardot, and first thing I knew, Bridget was out and Gloria was in.
Oh, does Gloria also select your secretary?
Yes, and he's very efficient.
Jimmy, how does it work out? Doing a love scene on the screen with your own wife.
Well, an actor, I act. I mean...
If you weren't a general, I'd slap your face.
I think it's cute the way they kid each other.
All right, boss. Come on, here's another egg.
Thank you.
Jimmy, you're one of the taller actors in pictures. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4". but it's never really presented any problems.
As a matter of fact, Jimmy's height comes in very handy at times, especially when we're on safari.
How's that?
Well, last year when we were hunting giraffe, we put spots on his neck and used him for a decoy.
There, that's very nice. We're even now. She's been wanting to tell that joke for months.
Jimmy, getting back to your career, you've certainly made a lot of outstanding pictures. Offhand, I can think of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Anatomy of a Murder, Rear Window, You Can't Take It With You, and that won an Academy Award, didn't it?
The picture did, yes.
Jimmy won his for the Philadelphia story.
Academy Award, Academy Award. I mean, I hate when people go on television and do nothing but brag about the pictures they've made. You know, Rochester, I've made 25 or 30 movies. Have you ever heard me brag about them?
No, and I thought you were great in Ben-Hur and Mutiny on the Bounty.
Rochester, I wasn't in Ben-Hur or Mutiny on the Bounty.
I was just trying to help.
Look, help me when we're in public, not when we're alone.
Now, Gloria, this picture you're making with Jimmy, even though it's your first one, you're not an amateur. I mean, you've made several appearances on the Jack Benny television show, haven't you?
Yes, but you're not a professional until you're paid.
You mean those stories are true about Mr. Benny being cheap?
Well, I think Fred Allen described Jack best when he said, Benny isn't cheap, it's just that he has short arms and carries his money low in his pockets.
Incidentally, do you see much of Jack in private life?
Well, yes. We live in the same neighborhood, and he's been over to our house 10 or 15 times for dinner.
Honey, Jack's been over to our house 31 times for dinner.
I know, but I'm talking about the times he was invited. It matters because he's always welcome.
You see, Rochester, and you told me so many times not to go.
I didn't say that, boss. I said it isn't nice to bring home a doggy bag.
You know, we think a lot of Jack. He's a fine gentleman, wonderful comedian, and Gloria and I are very proud to count him among our friends.
Gee, I knew they liked me, but I didn't think they were that nuts about me.
Well, we've really got to be running along. They're waiting for us at the studio.
By the way, where are you making the picture?
Yours.
Well, good luck to both of you, and thank you for coming
Thank you.
down.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Now, getting on with the program, we'd like to tell you more about our sponsor's product. Remember, it's only 59 cents a jar, and you can get it at your neighborhood grocery store.
You know, Mr. and Mrs. Stewart are wonderful people. Who else would go on television and say such nice things about me?
I can't think of anyone.
Of course not. Gee, I knew that Jimmy was going to make a picture, but I didn't know that Gloria was going to be in it with him. You know, since we're such good friends, I think I'll run down to the studio and wish her good luck. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Ronnie, we want this centered, you know. How about the Stewarts? Are they ready?
They just left the dressing room.
Good, good. Nick, you got a 35 on the camera? Oh, Jimmy, Gloria?
Sorry we're late.
That's all right, Jimmy. We'll be ready to go just as soon as they finish lighting.
Fine.
And hurry it up, will you, boys? If we get this scene today, we'll be back on schedule.
Good, good.
Oh, by the way, I saw your television interview this morning, and I must say I was a little surprised.
Surprised?
Yes, all those nice things you said about Jack Benny. I didn't know you were such good friends.
Well, you can't always say what you think on television.
And a lawsuit at this time would put us behind schedule again.
Nobody would sue over a little television interview.
You don't know Jack. Once he sued us for falling out of our orange tree.
What was he doing up in your orange tree?
Stealing oranges.
Oh, Jimmy, now you're going too far. You make it sound as though Jack came all the way over to our house just to steal oranges.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to imply that. Actually, he came over to sell us Christmas cards. And then on the way out, he just suddenly decided to steal the oranges. It wasn't premeditated. It was one of those spur-of-the-moment type things.
At least that's what he told the jury. And when they came back, the verdict was in his favor.
He won?
Yeah, Jack may not be much in pictures. You put him in a courtroom, he'll tear your heart out.
I was crying, and I was on Jimmy's side.
You know, it's amazing that you people have any association at all. I mean, what's the basis for your relationship?
Well, that's just it. There isn't any. But somehow, Jack seemed to have the idea that we have something in common just because the same truck picks up our garbage. They don't get much at his house.
Mr. Crane, we're ready now. Oh, good, thanks. Shall we run through it once before we take it? Okay. Good. Places, please. This will be a rehearsal. Action.
John? John, does this mean...
Yes, I've made up my mind. I'm going to Albany. I've got to defend him.
If you walk through that door, you're walking out of my life forever.
But can't you understand? He's my brother. I've taken care of him since he was a boy. And if he's gone astray somewhere along the line, it's as much my fault as it is his. If I was ever sure of anything, it's this. I'm going. And someday you'll realize I was right.
Cut! That was fine, Jim, just fine. Shall we try one on film?
Fine.
Good. Places, please.
Where's it?
Quiet on the set. This will be a take.
Now keep up that dramatic feeling all the way through, hmm?
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, roll 'em. Scene 15, take 1. Action.
John? John, does this mean...
Yes, I've made up my mind. I'm going to... I've got to defend him.
If you walk through that door, you're walking out of my life forever.
But don't you understand? He's my brother. I've taken care of him ever since he was a boy. And if he's gone astray somewhere along the line, it's as much my fault as it is his. If I was ever sure of anything, it's this. I'm going.
Oh, excuse me. I'm looking for Jimmy Stewart. I wanted to tell him... Oh, Jimmy, I didn't mean to disturb you. I didn't know you were taking a nap.
Jack, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, Gloria, you know, I saw you and Jimmy on television this morning, and when I found out that this was going to be your first picture, I thought being we're such good friends, I ought to come over, you know, and congratulate you. Yes?
Do you mind waiting until we finish this scene? We're a little behind.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Certainly.
Thank you.
Certainly. I'll just sit over there.
Shall we try it again? All right. Places, please. We'll try another one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I took your seat there. It says director. Oh. Well, I was standing right in front of the camera there.
One other thing, Jim. This time, make it strong. A little more firmness, huh?
Yeah.
When...
Scene 15, take 2. Action.
John? John, does this mean...
Yes, I've made up my mind. I'm going to Albany. I've got to defend him.
If you walk through that door, you're walking out of my life forever.
But can't you understand? He's my brother. I've taken care of him ever since he was a boy. And if he's gone astray somewhere along the line, it's as much my fault as it is his. Cut!
Jimmy, I felt that this time you were a little too firm. See, when you play this kind of a scene, I think...
You think? Mr. Benny, I'll have you know that I'm the director of this picture.
Well, I was only trying to help.
Well, I don't need your help.
No, wait a minute, Dick. Jack, when you first came in here, you said you had something to talk to us about. Now, what is it?
Well, you know, I saw you and Gloria on television this morning. It was wonderful. And when I found out she was making her debut in pictures, I thought, being we're such good friends, it would be kind of nice if I gave her this good luck charm. See, it's a rabbit's foot.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
That's the same good luck charm I've carried all through my pictures.
Oh, how nice. Here, Jimmy, I want you to have it.
Dora, I think you want
No, I want...
Well, somebody take it.
Jack, we appreciate your interest in Gloria's success, but would you mind if we got back to the picture now? We're behind schedule. Would you mind? Would you sit over there, please?
Oh, certainly.
Places, everybody.
Quiet on the set. This'll be a take.
Roll 'em.
Scene 15, take 3. Action.
John? John, does this mean...
Yes, I've made up my mind. I'm going to Albany. I've got to defend him.
If you walk through that door, you're walking out of my life forever.
But don't you understand? He's my brother.
Cut!
I've taken...
Please stop interrupting. I'm directing this picture.
Well, for your information, Mr. Crane, making motion pictures is not a cut-and-dried business. There's no one sure way of making a good movie. We've got to learn by our mistakes.
You better listen to him, Dick. He's made some buttes.
Thank you, Jimmy. In this scene,
Shut up!
Now, what's he upset about?
Look, fellas, while you're discussing this, I'll go get a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
Okay, dear.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't let her go, Jimmy, because I have a suggestion for her, too. You know?
What makes you think you could come down here and barge right in and interrupt while we're making a picture? What makes you do things like that?
Well, actually, Jimmy, I did it out of friendship. When I heard the nice things you said about me on television this morning, I felt that we were good friends.
Well, if we're such good friends, how's it come that you've been over to our house for dinner 31 times and you've yet to invite us to your house for dinner?
Well, now, strangely enough, I was going to ask you to come to our house tonight. But then, you know, you have to go to Albany to defend your brother. After all, you've taken care of him, you know, since he was a kid.
That's right, and if he's gone astray somewhere along the way, it's as much my fault as it is his. Because well, wait a minute, what am I saying here? If this is from the scene, or this is the thing we've been having so much trouble with.
That's just it. If you weren't worried so much about coming to my house for dinner, you wouldn't keep lousing it up.
Just fine until you walked in.
What?
If I didn't know your real age, I'd punch you right in the nose.
Now, what's he upset about?
Jim, can we go on?
I don't know. Ask him.
Jimmy, look, don't be angry. This is a difficult scene. I can understand that. Look, why don't you let me show you? Let me run through this scene.
Mr. Benny.
Now, wait a minute, Dick. Wait a minute. Let him do it. This I've got to say. Here, you go to Albany.
All right. Places, everybody. Oh, as long as Gloria is gone, let the script girl read her lines, will you? Okay?
Go ahead. Let's get this over with.
Here I come.
mean?
Yes? I've made up my mind. I'm going to Albany. I've got to defend him.
Open that door, you're walking out of my life forever.
But don't you understand? He's my brother. I've taken care of him since he was a kid. And something has gone astray along the way. It's as much my fault as it is his. So if I was ever sure of one thing, it's this. I'm going.
What happened?
You knocked out Jack Benny.
Oh, my goodness, throw some water on him.
Water? Are you crazy? Let's get the scene before he comes to. Come on, somebody get Jack out of here.
This will be a take.
Roll him.
Scene 15, take 4.
Action.
John? John, does this mean...
Yes, I've made up my mind. I'm going to Albany. I've got to defend him.
If you walk through that door, you're walking out of my life forever.
But don't you understand? He's my brother. I've taken care of him ever since he was a boy. And if he's gone astray somewhere along the line, it's as much my fault as
We'll
it
be
is
back
his.
with Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Stewart in just a moment. But first,
Picture. Places, please. Gloria, you'll be right here. All right.
Quiet, quiet, everybody. This will be a take.
Roll 'em.
Scene 41, take 1. Action.
I wish John would get back from Albany. This trial's been going on over 2 weeks. Oh, John, you're back.
Yes, I am. And I have wonderful news for you, honey. I got my brother off. They released him in my care. I brought him home with me. He's going to live here with us.
Oh, honey.
Well, I know he's a rat and a gambler and a no-good bum, but he's my brother, and we can straighten him out. Don't worry. Henry, you can come in now.
I know I'm going to enjoy living with you folks.
Cut! What's going on here? He got me out in the hall and talked me into being in the picture.
He's not going to be in the picture.
Well, can I at least stay on the set?
If you promise to be quiet.
Good night, folks. I'll be seeing you soon.